Hey, we're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're live.
We're ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
Live.
Are you ready?
Are you
Ready,
ready?
baby.
We're all ready.
Woo!
I actually
Alright.
thought Ryan was wearing a Boston Red Sox hat this morning. Then I realized he has more, better taste than that.
What do you have on?
Look at
I
that.
don't even know.
So
He heard it.
old Minnesota Twins cap from probably the 90s. I don't really know.
My team's so bad, I don't even wear their hat.
They're better than mine right now, so.
My team, I don't have one. Come to think of it.
We love to talk sports
I'm
with
a
Brent. Brent loves to talk sports. So
He's very athletically
Inclined.
knowledgeable.
yes,
Oh, I thought you were saying inclined.
Inclined,
Oh.
knowledgeable.
athletically declined.
Yep.
all of the above.
That would be true. More true, actually.
We're gonna
I'm
get
very-
you a fantasy football team and make you play
I
fantasy
am
football.
not. I have no desire for fantasy football at all. Zero.
So
He's honest.
I actually,
Zero.
I got a buddy like him to join a
Well,
fantasy
just
football
have me.
league
I'll be your buddy.
one time, and it was the worst thing.
Was it?
Yes, because
Yeah.
well, and then he ended up just telling me you can make all the trades you want on my team. So I just stacked my team.
Oh, you
With-
cheated.
from
Is what
his
you're
team.
saying.
I cheated. Yes,
Oh.
that's
Totally
exactly what I did.
Good thing we're having a Bible study today.
It was good.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the amazing thing about that is? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know. So that's why we're gonna
The
do
guy
the song
did-
of
Yeah,
Solomon
so funny.
today.
Let Nicole Worthley go sports. She likes
Go
sports.
Go sports,
Yay,
yes.
go sports.
I'm glad you're
Which
here,
one,
Nicole.
Nicole? Which sport are we talking about?
Which sport? Yeah, I love the touchdowns in baseball. I'm with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm like,
They
yes.
got 3 points on that home run. How'd they
It
do
just
that?
hurts
Yeah,
my
it's amazing.
insides.
Exactly.
Oh, my
Hey, I
goodness.
did one time when I was in junior high, I made a touchdown. We're playing, and I was like always there. It was PE, and they were picking teams, and I'm always the last person picked. You know, I'll get into, but I've been healed, just so you know.
Been
I got healed.
Yeah, good.
But I was the last person picked, but I was on the team, and the guy got this bright idea. He's like, "Man, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna hand it to Brent because no one will think we're gonna do that."
Oh my god.
Yes.
And it worked.
No one
Yeah.
would have thunk it.
It worked, and at least I ran the right direction. That was a part of the concern too.
Was this
love-
like
I love
30
your junior high
yard,
football
30 yard
series.
run?
I don't even remember.
We'll say it was 30.
Yeah.
That's a good run.
Nicole
yeah.
says bowling.
Yeah, there, go bowling.
Have you ever watched cornhole on TV?
Oh
No.
yeah.
No, it's like bowling.
I have no
It's
idea.
intense.
It's like watching cornhole on TV.
Interesting. I have no idea what you're talking about. So, it's corn dogs. I know.
I'm gonna go home. We're gonna get a cornhole set. We're gonna do cornhole in church today. Okay.
Yeah, you guys go for it. So, Song of Solomon.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for today. But I
Yes.
also like the banter. I got to admit, because this is pretty much us. Like when you see this, us doing this stuff. That's like normal.
Yeah.
You should have been at lunch with us. Well, maybe not. Yesterday. I mean, this is just us. This is us the way we chat with each other
Did you bring
before
the
and
Chiefs?
after.
Did you
Yeah.
bring the Chiefs?
Don't go there. If we start Nacho Libre clips, we will quotes will
Every single-
Our half
never.
hour will be gone.
Yeah.
We cannot make it through a live video without.
Brent
No,
forgot
Charlie,
his
right.
Chiefs.
All right, here's the deal, guys. We're gonna get into the word because you want a little taste of the glory, just to see what it tastes like. Song of Solomon. Like right now, if Tana's on, she probably just now shut it off.
Yeah, it's gone.
And
It's
she's
done.
like, if this is what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
No, my mom says, "Yep, normal."
Yeah, she knows because she's in staff meeting.
It's normal.
Like she's in staff meeting. She knows what we're like. All right, so Song of Solomon. We are in chapter 2. Ooh, it's always good, but we're going verse by verse through this amazing book. And if you're joining us for the first time, if you happen to jump on later, Song of Solomon, we're studying from the standpoint of it being an allegory that describes the relationship that God has with us. And our hearts are being awakened by this once again. I don't know how many times I've now over the years been through it, and it's still just fresh to me. It is fresh to me. I love this book. Okay, I'll just read it out of the NASB just to give us a launching pad, and I know you guys got other translations pulled up. So this is the bride talking. So this is us now talking back to Jesus. Like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. In his shade I took great delight and sat down, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He has brought me to his banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. We could have just done one verse actually, I mean, but we'll never get through this if we only ever do one verse
Yeah,
each time. You look at Mike Bickle's notes. I have no idea, and I've heard him do it, but he has several of these verses that we've spent just this little bit of time on. He teaches in one setting. It's crazy.
Right.
All right, I'm going to toss it actually to the man on my left hand this week. I'm going to start. I'm going to
You
start
notice
with you.
TJ is still at the right hand.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always there.
Hey, you told me where to sit today, as I recall, though. So
That's
it was
true.
for this moment,
It's-
right?
For this
It was
moment,
for this
it's
moment
all my
right now.
fault.
All right, you are the man, Ryan. What's the Lord showing you today?
So this is what I love about this verse. It says that he will lead me to the banquet hall, and his banner over me is love.
Mhm.
I know that's the end of what we're going through,
go.
but you know what?
That's all
That's
right.
what's speaking to me, and that's what you asked me. So that's where I'm going with it.
Yep.
But I just get this picture of like the banquet in heaven, and everybody's there, like just
Yeah.
millions, billions of people are there,
Mhm.
and God's got his eyes set on me, or he's got his eyes set on you, us, or the individual. Okay, we'll put it
Yeah.
that way. And of all the things that he could say, of all the banners that we could wear over us, he has love.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it'd be cool if it was like champion, or if it was like apostle,
Uh-huh.
or if it was prophet, or if it
Right.
was youth pastor, or youth pastor elite, or
Athlete.
youth pastor back in the day, 16
Yeah.
years old. Or
Yeah,
what-
that's right. Yeah.
whatever it would say, but he chooses to put that banner over each one of us as love.
That's so good.
No matter how much love we've given him, no matter how much time we've committed to him in our lives, to just pursuing him, he sees us through that lens of love.
Yeah.
And it just solidifies what a heart that the Lord has for us. That he always sees that gold in us, and that he's always looking at our heart, and he's overcome. I like it in another place in Song of Solomon. He says, "Don't look at me, because I'm overcome." He's so overcome when we look at him that he's actually like, that's too much.
Yeah.
It's actually too much. When you begin to pray, when you talk to me, it's too much. And so it's really easy for him to put that banner over each one of us.
Right.
And then, trumpet blast. Hey, here they are. This is a banner. This isn't like a name tag. This is a banner that's over your head, that as you come walking, and it's like a flag over your life, and it says love. And it's not your friends that wrote it; it's God that wrote it. And so, I love that.
Yeah.
The more we get to know God, the more we get to know His heart, and it's new and it's fresh, and
Yeah.
we serve an awesome God.
That's right, bro.
So that's what was speaking to me.
Woo! Come on, that's good stuff right there. All right, this time we'll roll it right over there to Jared.
Sure, it's coming to me.
Yeah, and you were typing, weren't you?
No, you're good. Just like the other day, you asked me a question, I had water in my mouth.
Did I really?
Yeah, like I'm sitting there drinking water, you ask me a question, I'm like, so I spit it out right now and answer it, or do I just swallow it and then answer? I swallowed it. I started in, there's two things I love, and I'm not going to dig into it because Ryan already did. I love what the Passion Translation says, because I've always remembered this as the banqueting table.
Yeah.
The Passion Translation says, "He looked upon me with his unrelenting divine."
Ooh.
Just a different way of reading it, so it's
Yeah.
super good.
Mm.
I got stuck in verse 3. It says, "My beloved to me is the most fragrant apple tree." And I just got stuck in the fact that he loves me before I bear fruit.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the fragrance of the apple tree comes before the fruit is bared.
Ooh, I like that.
It's the a apple tree gets its fragrance as it blooms.
Yeah.
It's totally hit me as soon as I read it. It's like I used to read these things like apple tree. Apples don't really smell. I mean, they smell, but they don't smell unless they're put into a candle and it's fall and with pumpkin scented candles.
Right.
But the fragrance of the tree comes before the fruit is ever bared.
Mm.
It's like my favorite thing this year has been the little garden that we have out back. And being the very, very freshman novice gardener, I didn't know the blossoms came and then the fruit comes. I mean, I knew it, but didn't know it.
Uh-huh.
So I get super excited and we're watching all these cherry tomatoes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, we're going to have like 1,000 cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All these blossoms popping. And then I get excited because There's a blossom, which means I'm gonna get.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I love peppers. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. I love peppers.
Me too.
So I started planting peppers, and I got late into the season. Some of you may know this. Was looking for hatch chilies.
Yeah.
So I got halfway through the season, I bought all these packs of seeds. So I have Anaheim peppers and poblano peppers and hatch
Yeah.
chili peppers and serrano peppers. Well, this last
Oh.
week they started to bloom,
Come on.
and now all of a sudden it's growing all these peppers, and it's like the fragrance always comes before the fruit,
Mm.
and it's like he loves the fragrance of who I am more than the fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they are one and the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
But we always think that we get loved more when we bear fruit.
Right.
Mhm.
You bear much fruit, you'll receive more love because people will see you, they'll recognize, you'll understand that you're this bearing tree.
Yeah.
But he's, right here he starts out, my beloved to me is the most fragrant apple tree.
Mm.
I'm just gonna stay there,
All right.
you know, because
Uh-huh.
that's I want to picture that fragrance. It's not about what I can do;
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's about the fragrance of who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh,
That's awesome.
good. What do you think, TJ?
Yeah, so I was in the Passion Translation as well, and I'll just read the whole passage. My beloved is to me the most fragrant apple tree. He stands above the sons of men. Sitting under his grace shadow, I blossom in his shade, enjoying the sweet taste of his pleasant, delicious fruit, resting with delight where his glory never fades. Suddenly he transported me into his house of wine.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
looked upon me with his unrelenting love divine.
Wow.
Ooh, a little rhyming.
Yeah. So I think I read this 4 or 5 times, and I read it in different translations, and I read it quick. I listened to it. I did all kinds of different things, and the part for me that is just sticking out more and more is just how deep his love is. How
Yeah.
these are rich, creamy words, you know, and
Ooh,
they're
good way
like
to say it.
they're just so good. And you
Mhm.
think about how much not only he loves us, but that's how we're called to love him. And I just I want to fall in love with God in that way. I
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
And just thinking about I loved the part that said resting with delight where his glory never fades.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that, in loving a person, there are highs and lows, right? There are always there's that ebb and flow of it, but God's glory never fades. It's
Right.
all high all the time.
Yeah.
There you go.
And to be in love with someone like that, and to know that he loves me like that, is just, if you really sit in that and take that in, it blows your mind.
Yeah, it
it
does.
just when you learn that aspect of love, and that's, I don't know if I've said that here, but that's what this whole book is doing for me. It is truly redefining love.
Yeah.
And I can, and it's not only in my in my marriage. It is very much in my marriage, but it is
Come on.
it is the way I love everyone. It is
Yeah.
the way I pray for people. I am now loving them through that prayer.
Yes.
And it's just this is what we are called to bring to God's people. We are bringing that love. We are exemplifying that love. This love that we're reading about and learning about. We are that to the people around us. And how are we doing that? And when you, I said it just a minute ago, but the rich, creamy words of it.
Mhm.
When you can step into that with a person and you can love them in a way that they have never experienced love, and you can stretch that definition and redefine that definition of love for them, then everything else about this relationship with God begins to come into place.
Yeah.
It all starts from this
Yes.
place. And I think that's why so many times we as Christians are either looked upon, or it can be, I mean, honestly, it can be true. It has been true of me where we're very like religious, and there's something broken when people look at us and they don't understand. Well, it's because oftentimes we are not even coming from that foundation of love that
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
supposed to be coming from,
Right.
because we don't understand it.
Yeah.
We understand it the way the world calls us to understand love, or tells us to understand love, and God is showing us this is what true love looks like.
Mm-hmm.
My glory never fades. There
Yeah.
isn't ebb and flow. That's not truth.
Mm-hmm.
Truth is your love never fades for me.
Yeah.
So you love
yeah.
my people the way I love you.
There
Yeah.
you go.
My love never fades for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you can love someone like that, then everything changes.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
walls break down, and
Yeah.
chains break, and,
Yeah.
and it's just it's
Yeah. Good, bro.
So
I
good.
love it.
yes,
So
yes,
good.
I love
Love
it too.
it. What are we getting online before I get all pastoral with this?
All pastoral stuff. We're getting stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Hi mom. My mom's on.
Hi,
I haven't seen your mom. I
Pat.
haven't seen your mom lately. Is she on there?
Oh, my mom? Maybe she's not. I've been...
She was with us yesterday.
Was she?
I haven't seen her on here.
She says so good. The TPT Passion Translation says there are two Hebrew words for banner. The military banner is the one used here. Is developed the tribal banner, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Mhm.
Wow.
The bride lives under the banner of the tribe of love.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
Oh, let's see here. Nicole says, I just love the visual of a huge banner flying over us,
Yeah.
and all it says is love.
That's right.
Like, just says love. Like, come to me. My arms and my heart are welcome for others because God calls me love.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Nicole says, this is how beautiful apple blossoms are and how beautiful they smell. Yes, Jared, that's what I gather from the apple tree too. Jaron says the banqueting house can also be translated the house of wine.
Which is what you're, yep.
Yeah, it's so good.
You guys stole all the good stuff.
Hey.
So now you're gonna have to pastoralize it. Pastoralize it.
Pastoralize.
Pastoralize it.
This is
Jared,
about to get pasteurized.
Pasteurized is different.
Oh, that's different.
Pasteurized.
Okay.
Yes,
and
that's what you do with eggs and milk, Brent.
Oh, okay. I
So-
just meant pasteurized. We're going deep.
So Jaron says, so it can be a place where we are intoxicated with his presence.
Cool.
Right,
And him
Yeah.
being the apple tree isn't just shade and covering, but he also nourishes.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Good
good.
word.
That's good. Well, you guys hit some of the stuff that I mean, so I don't have to repeat what you said. I will come back to the banner part because I just love it so much too. But
Yeah.
just kind of looking at it again, like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. So we already talked about the apple tree. Also, I will mention it speaks of refreshing. Like I find my refreshing in him. I find my delight in him. But this comes after she's found out he finds his delight in her.
Yeah.
Like my delight in God will never go beyond my revelation of his delight in me. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like I really delight more in you, God, than you. That's not possible.
No.
I only delight in him to the extent that I recognize his delight in me. That's what changes my heart. Like, and it does it all the time to me. And it's not like I live there like like all day. I'm like, oh, I'm just wowed by your delight. I don't. My mind goes, I forget and I remember, right? So I forget, and that's when I forget what's written over my head. I forget that love's written up here. I start wondering who I really am, and I start looking at what other people think of me, and all that kind of stuff. I get stuck down in that, just like everybody. Well, at least I'm guessing everybody.
Yeah.
No, I already know.
Yeah.
Everybody gets sucked into that. But when I remember,
Yeah.
even just a moment of refreshing from him is like, when I realize how much He loves me, then He begins to be my delight, like an apple tree is a refreshing shade, or and then that phrase, so is my beloved among the young men, like it's a picture of that He stands out above the rest, right? It's that whole picture of that He's the one my soul delights in, right? What is it? Fairer than the sons of men. That phrase that's also in Song of Solomon.
Jesus,
like,
you are fairer than the sons of men.
yes, that whole phrase. It's right in Song of Songs. Like, you are fairer than 10,000. Right? You're the one that has captured my heart more than any other. And I love my wife. But one of the things I love about my wife is that Jesus has captured her heart more than I have. And it's the same with me. Jesus has captured my heart more than she has. And that's part of what you're talking about informs our love. That's why we're able to love the way we do. So, and you've already talked about in His shade. I sat under that shade. I sat down, and His fruit was sweet to my taste. That's really quite a picture too, like the fruit of Him, His fruit. The fruit. Let's think of it like the fruit being the fruit of His finished work. Like, I delight in. He tastes. It's an interesting. It uses, because we've talked about smell, like in the song, there's this whole picture of smell and fragrance. Now we're talking about taste, like another of our senses that get engaged by Him. And even David talked about taste and see that the Lord is good. So there's that part of smelling the blossom. I love what you said, Jared, about that. Like the blossom comes before the fruit. And then there comes that point where you actually bite into the apple. And you have the satisfaction of, wow, I thought this was going to be good. It's even better than I thought with you, God. That kind of thing is what this speaks to me. And then again, the whole He's brought me to, when I was going to mention House of Wine, you already went there. So good. And His banner, and Jaron already went there. But that whole thing that, and even though you've gone there, this verse means so much to me, because I think when I first heard somebody talk about this, I almost pictured like a ticker tape over my head. Like on the news, that runs across the bottom, but it's over the top of my head. And what's running across there are the things I've thought about myself, like the things I struggled with, like not good enough, or, like idiot, idiot, dynamite, right? Idiot, or whatever is rolling across that's sometimes the things that I picture going over my head, and knowing that there's only one thing powerful enough to cancel that out.
Yeah.
There's only one thing powerful enough to change, first of all, the way that I know He sees me. And then as I walk, wherever I go, that banner is going to be broadcasting to everybody around me what you're talking about. That kind of love, that, wow, there's a person of love. I really feel loved. We were just talking before we came on about someone that I was just with that was talking about Sunday. They were here and they said it just felt like family. And they'd never been here before. They're like, it felt like, I'm like, that's what we want. We want people to, the banner that's written over us to be love, and so that when people encounter us, they're just encountering who we're encountering. Like, they're encountering the love we're encountering. So for me, it's like constantly going back to, God, what do you say? What this whole book is about. What do you say about me? Change the ticker tape that I see going over the top of my, because that's not what you see, God. You got a banner.
Yeah.
And it's a flag. Like you said, I love what you said. It's not a name badge. It's a flag flying over my head everywhere I go. And yours and yours and Jared's and yours, whoever's with us right now or going to be with us later. That's what the message of God is over your life. Like for the whole of your life, even though you say it's a week, I hardly even know how to express it, and it seems like I barely live it. He says, no, I see it as love.
Come on.
I count it as love.
That's right.
And I put that over your life. His love for you, and He sees your love for Him, and He says, this is what's written over your life. So I just love this whole thing. And I love the progression. We're still so early in this, but she's getting a revelation of Jesus. She's getting a revelation of Jesus, that He is not only delighted in her, but that is awakened a delight in her heart for Him too. Like, she's like, wow, you really are amazing. And He's like, you are amazing. She's like, no, you are amazing. So it's so good. Anything else coming in online, Jared?
Nicole Worthley said something really good. She says, I love also how the fragrance of an apple blossom carries on the wind. so you know the beauty is there before you can even see it.
That's
That's
good.
so good.
That's
And then
really
Jaron said
good.
that reminds me of what it says in John, where it says that which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, that which we have handled.
Yes.
Yeah.
First John. Come on, buddy. I love that, and I love what Nicole was just saying too. When you say the wind, it makes me think of Holy Spirit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the fragrance of Jesus is carried on the wind.
Yeah.
Shaka Chewbacca. That's all I got to say about that. Shaka Chewbacca. So, I know, that means I'm happy when I say that. Shaka Chewbacca. So I love it. I forgot about this one. I wonder if I can find it again real quick before we're done.
Oh, check this out. Just saw this.
Come
Sarah Walder must have just had a baby.
Whoa! What? Come on.
on.
Come on. That's good news.
Amelia
Awesome.
Rose, which means the work of the Lord.
Dang.
They named her Amelia Rose.
Mhm.
Oh, that is good.
125.
Oh, man. Congratulations, Sarah.
She's
I'm sure
probably
she's not watching
Probably
right
not.
now.
But we have a
You
baby
said
miracle.
125.
Yeah,
She
Kim.
had the baby 6 minutes ago.
Really?
Well,
While we're
I think
on
she
here
had
just
it.
chatting it up.
I don't know.
Really
You know,
live.
some of us have slack up during our things. Just
Some
Yeah,
of us.
some of us
No,
do.
try one of us.
Yeah, one of
I
us
said
has
some.
slack
That doesn't mean all. There was no insinuation that you did too.
up. Some can be one.
And so it went up on the test.
Whoever can congratulate. I'm a little disappointed in that she mentioned maybe naming her daughter Tana Brentina, but
Well, she mentioned that in here. It says even though Tana Brentina was a close second. I didn't add that
Yeah, that's what was my understanding. Was Tana Brentina was going to be the. I thought that was a beautiful name.
I thought it was gonna be Tracy Ryan, but
Oh,
You know?
Tracy. Ryan, you don't have to put on the red light. Nobody knows that.
I do.
Yeah,
I
okay.
know that song.
Good
It's
job.
not Ryan.
No, it's Roxanne. Good job, buddy. Good job.
I hate it when they get the words wrong.
I hate
Sing
it.
it right.
I hate it. Well, that's awesome. So we begin this talking about love, and we end it talking about a baby being born.
Come on.
So that is pretty awesome, and we're excited for the Waldner family, and we just bless you guys, and we
Yes.
bless this new little baby. That gets to be the thing we do to close the day, is bless this new little baby that was just born, Amelia Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, man, it wasn't very long ago we were talking about I am the rose.
Yeah.
I am the
Oh, that would've been crazy.
lily. I know. It was just like the last verses we studied,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So welcome to the world, Olivia. No,
Amelia.
Amelia Rose. Welcome to the world, and we're excited to get to know you. Newest member of the Gate family.
Woo.
Yeah.
Come on.
So we bless you guys today. Thanks for hanging out with us. We just declare God's goodness over
Yes.
you, and we declare that every time, over and over today, all of a sudden you remember, oh, I've got a flag flying over my head,
That's right.
and that flag says love. It doesn't say anything else. It doesn't say all the other stuff you thought that you was the summing up of your life, and some could be negative and some could be positive. But the one thing, that faith. There's three things that abide: faith, hope, and love. There's
Yeah.
one thing that's forever, and that is love,
Yeah.
and that's what's written over you today. So bless you guys. Anything else you guys got? All right, be blessed. Have a great day.